talk to me a little bit about driving for Junior Johnson and what led. So you seem to have found your home.
Yeah.
You seem to love the relationship that you had with him.
Yeah.
Almost kind of like a father-son kind of thing. Y'all were so different. Y'all kind of balanced each other out.
Yeah.
And you had incredible success.
Oh, my, yeah. I'll never forget when I went to drive for Junior, he said, you keep that mouth shut, I'll do the talking, you do the driving. I said, okay. And I was going to move to Wilkesboro. Junior was really big on leaving his legacy to someone. And he and Floss, they couldn't have children. And so that really bugged Junior. He wanted to have someone to leave his legacy to. And he and I became really like a father and a son, really. And I loved him, and I think he loved me. But what muddied the water was Rick. I mean, he didn't like Rick at all. They were adversaries.
Really?
Back
Rick
in
was
day.
the new
He's the new
generation owner.
New money.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it all came to head when one day we had a set of cylinder heads that was supposed to come from Rear Morrison, and they went to Hendrick Motorsports instead of to Junior Johnson. And somehow, some way, Junior found out about it, and that kind of tipped him over the edge. But so Rick had called me and said, it's not 86. He said, your contract's up with Rick. I want you to come drive for me. I said, are you kidding? And this was when Rick was still pretty new.
Yeah.
They were B&R were doing their motors, and they were still there was just a lot of things that were not quite complete. And I said, Rick, I don't think you're ready for me, buddy. I said, but so what's the deal? He said, well, I've got this company, and they want to get in racing, and they want you to be the driver, and I'll pay you $500,000. That was 3 times. I went to drive for Junior in 1980. In 1981, he paid me $150,000. I was still making $150,000. That's salary.
Yeah.
Rick says, I'm going to pay you $500,000. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, painting this. I said, oh, my God. And I said, what's the sponsor? He said, Tide. I said, really? Well, I'm driving for Budweiser. Tide. So anyway, I think I'm just, my mind's all confused. I'm messed up. So I think, well, I'm going to go talk to Junior about this. And this was when Junior was having it. Things were just, Warner Hodgson had come along, and Neil, and there was just a lot of things going on that Junior wasn't really happy about, but it wasn't a whole lot he could do about it. I'll never forget, I walked in his office, had on a pair of little half glass. He's looking at something. I said, Junior, I need to talk to you about something. What do you want, boy? And I said, my contracts, we hadn't talked about my contract yet, and I said, but I just got Rick Hendrick called me, and I laid it all out of what Rick had offered me, and he never looks up. Junior, he just keeps looking down. Finally, he looks up at me and he says, let me tell you something, boy. You need to go take that deal. Well, that wasn't what I wanted to hear. I mean, I wanted him to come back with, well, I can do this, I can do that, blah, 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 blah.
Counter.
Yeah, a counter.
Yeah.
No way. And I mean, he just, boy, you ought to go take that deal.
Wow.
And that was the end of it. So anyway, I walk out and I go and I said, well, I guess I'm stuck with what I got. I'm gonna make any waves. Junior always told me I can't pay you a lot, but you'll win a lot. And that was kind of the balance. A couple of weeks go by and I'm down at the shop and I've got a new car we're working on, and I come in, I want to get the seat and all adjusted, and the whole team, 12 of them, they all come around the car and they say, I said, what's wrong, boys? They said, why didn't you tell us? I said, why didn't I tell you what? Why didn't you tell us you were leaving? I said, am I leaving? Because I hadn't
made the decision.
I hadn't talked to Rick. So they said, Junior came down and said this is your last year. He won't be driving for us next year. Well, man, you talking about panic. So, and this is before cell phones. So I had to find a payphone fast. So I went and found me a payphone. I called Rick. I said, hey, Rick, I've thought it over, and I'll take that deal. And so that's how I ended up driving for Rick.
My gosh.
And it wasn't one thing that happened, and I don't know if this is true or not. Some of the guys, Mike Hill that worked there, and some of the guys, we go to Atlanta. That's in '86, and we got a shot at the championships. Me and your dad.
Yep.
And we got a shot at the championship. All we really got to do is outrun him, and we'll win it. And we were pretty good at Atlanta at the time. And we had 2 engines. Brad Perrier built an engine that we ran all the time, and they were bulletproof. You couldn't blow one of them up. Then we had another guy, that Jeff Wilson. His engines were make more power, but they were not real dependable. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget, we were at Atlanta, and Junior comes in Saturday morning. He says, put that, whatever engine that was, Jeff Wilson's motor in the car. I said, no. No, we're not going to do that. Mm. We were going to run Brad's motor because it may not be the fastest motor, but it won't. We know we can finish. We finish, we'll be all right. I said, put that motor in the car. Wow. I mean, it was like Hammond and them boys, they just took the motor out and put his motor in. We ran 30 laps, blew up. And that's how we lost that championship. Well, what I was going to tell you was some of the guys, and I didn't hear this until recently.
Oh.
But some of the guys said that Junior walked in the shop and said, are y'all going to let him walk out of here with another championship? I don't think so. We're all going up to the mountains, and we're going to pick cabbage. Y'all quit working on that car. You can just quit working on it right now. And look, he knows that's the way it was. You were your best friend or you're your worst enemy. And you could go from best friend to worst enemy overnight.
But but it's his championship too. He's the car owner.
He parked Bobby Allison drove for him, and Bobby was going to win the championship in 71 or 2 when he drove for Junior. Yes. All they had to do is go to the last race, start that race, and Bobby would win the championship, and Junior didn't go.
What? Wow. That's some kind of grudge.
That's the way the mountain people, they don't necessarily think the way you think they should. And I never heard that before, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I do know that he put that engine in that car, and we all knew it was going to blow up. I mean, always did.
Oh, man. Do you hold, does that still bug you?
No.
No?
I didn't know about it then. I didn't know about it till recently.
I got you. Well,
after 17 years of effort, the Daytona 500 belongs to Franklin, Tennessee's Darrell Waltrip. He's done it. He's done it.
Driver Darrell Waltrip, wife Stevie.
Oh, I won the Daytona 500. I won the Daytona 500.
Darrell, how long?
Wait. This is the Daytona 500, isn't it?
You bet.
Don't tell me it isn't. Thank God.
How many years and how long and how hard have you tried to get right here?
17 years.